You have entered the vault of shadows. I am the keeper of the vault of shadows. Dave. That's right, kids. It's Dave. Welcome back to the Vault of Shadows. Glad to have you here again, kids. I want to talk about something that perhaps some of you might say, "Oh, I don't know what that is, Dave. I have no idea what you're talking about." Now, here's an example of the thing I'm going to be talking about, kind of, sort of, because as you see, I'm not technically going to even be talking about the thing that I'm going to be talking about. More on that in a minute. This is called a book. And this one, by the way, is by Dom Augustin Calumet. If you're interested in this, you can contact me on the channel there, or the Tickety Talk, wherever it is you watch this, and I'll be glad to give you the information how to get a copy. It is from about the 1800s, and it's a treatise on vampirism, revenants, ghosts, supernatural entities, things like that. It's hilarious, by the way, and it's great bedtime reading. And so I just showed you there. It's a book. You see pages and all that kind of fun stuff. The reason I bring it up is because everyone seems to be on social media and all that talking about this new documentary on the Netflix about Ed Gein. Now, I don't watch things made by Ryan Murphy. He's behind this new monster season. I think it's, he did one on Dahmer, and he's now doing one on Ed Gein. I don't like his work. I never have. That's it, the end of it. The start and the end of that is I just don't like his works. I don't watch his documentaries, and I didn't like his American Horror Story, the season and a half that I saw. So 2 seasons, not for me. But when it comes to true crime, I do really like true crime. I've watched several Netflix documentaries, and I at least, kids, now this is just Dave, okay, I get to a certain level into the documentary, and then it's over. And I go, whoa, wait a minute. Even like a long, 3-4 episodes, I go, well, where's the rest of this? There's more here. And in the past, I have read more, right? Because now this is what we're going to be talking about with books and all. Reading, not necessarily having to be in a book, but books in general, I think, and doing more research. I do that because I find that interesting and I like to learn more. So, that's what I would encourage you to do. It's great. I know a lot of people are into this new season, Ed Gein. There's a new fascination there. And of course, Ed Gein inspired some of the greatest horror movie icons. We know, of course, Norman Bates, his relationship with Norma in Psycho. And then, of course, my favorite of the inspirations, which is my good old buddy Leatherface and his brother, the Hitchhiker, that shouldn't be left out because they're both inspired artistically by Ed Gein, I believe. And then, of course, we have Buffalo Bill from the Silence of the Lambs. By the way, just a little correction, because I see people mentioning this. Some people are lumping in Hannibal Lecter. No. Hannibal Lecter is indeed a cannibal, but Ed Gein was not a cannibal. Okay, I don't know if this documentary says he was a cannibal, but that is what I want to talk about, a book about Ed Gein. And I would say, now I'm not a scholar of Ed Gein or any of this kind of stuff, but I just finished listening. So you see, even though I'm preaching to you about reading, I listened to an audiobook, still a book, and it's called Deviant. It's by Harold Schechter. I will have the full title because there's a rather lengthy subtitle. I'll have that and his the author's name and a link. You just click these links, right? This is how it works, and it takes you right to it there on Amazon. And I believe the British in the UK, for our viewers, we may have 0.1 over there. I believe they pronounce it Amazon. So if you're on Amazon, you'll be able to go and get this on Amazon.uk. At any rate, it's going to take you to that link there, and you can download the book. You want the Kindle, or you want to buy the physical one, or you want to listen to it on Audible, as I did. And I tell you, kids, Deviant is a fascinating read. Now, here's the thing. I would not recommend it for anybody that doesn't like graphic descriptions of gore, murder, grave digging, dismemberment. I'm not going to say this S word because it's probably going to cause YouTube to put a hit out on me, and you know the one I'm talking about. But it's sick. This was a very sick man, but I'm not interested in that per se as much as I'm fascinated by the psychology of it. I'm fascinated especially by Ed Gein's mother, who many have said is the real villain. Now, let's be clear. She wasn't going out there digging up bodies, wearing their skin, and didn't kill 2 women. So let's be clear on who the villain is. But at the same time, she had a huge negative influence herself, also insane, very insane, on her son, both of her sons, but particularly Eddie, little Eddie Gein. The book is fascinating, it's disturbing, and yet it is one of the most interesting things I've read in a very long time. And I would encourage you to listen to the book or read it, because I think that you maybe don't have the same experience, but when I watch a Netflix documentary or any documentary, it always goes to a point, because it can only go to a point, right? And then I want to go deeper. I want to find out more. I want to corroborate things. I want to say, is this true? And I've seen documentaries here and there that try to summarize something like Ed Gein, and they miss quite a few details, or they leave some out, or they get them wrong. I want you to consider, kids, listening to this, perhaps reading it. I think it would make some great, terrifying October reading, kids. So that's Deviant by Harold Schechter. He is an acclaimed writer. He's written several books on related topics like Ed Gein, true crime, serial killers, killings, things of that nature. And he is a scholar. I've done a little reading on him. Fascinating individual there. So this book was written in the 90s, but as far as I know, no other book since has matched it in terms of how exhaustive it is, how well researched, and so it, as far as I understand, still the authority on the life and what happened in the end with Ed Gein. So check it out. Thanks for watching, kids. Until next time, stay safe and stay spooky.